Hi guys, so I've got Minaj here for obvious reasons. He doesn't want to appear on the camera. So you'll hear him talk about, he's asked me to come on a site visit so you can see one of the projects we're doing at the moment, and I'm going to walk through what we're trying to do here in terms of the title split. So he wants to, I guess, to be fair, you know, he will himself admit it, he's been burned by other coaches. So he wanted, and I said, look, come and have to physically have a look, because one of the problems with the internet is you don't know who you are, who says they're an expert or not, and what they've done. Everybody can show a few pictures online and say, oh, I've done this, I've done that. You don't know that it's theirs or not. So, and I think Minaj would hopefully, I don't know whether your mic's working, Minaj, but I think we'll share this mic anyway, but I think hopefully he will be able to attest, and hopefully after this, have a look at what this block looks like, and I'll walk through the numbers and what we're doing. So, do you want to just have a quick, chat? I mean, in terms of what your experience is with coaching.
Yeah, so my personal experience with coaching has been, I've known a few. I actually got into a program with a coach who actually turned out to be, and I pick my words carefully, he was actually a fraud star.
Yeah.
Loads of people out for him. I was one of the fortunate ones where I didn't get into a project, I didn't pay anything up. So I was lucky.
How did you find him?
Online, just advertising, loads of YouTube videos.
Right.
And in effect, he did have a big portfolio.
Right.
He used to sort of buy below market value.
Yeah, the usual stuff.
Recycle the cash and stuff.
Yeah,
He had a massive portfolio. He went through a divorce.
Right.
I think that messed him up. But in terms of all the claims he made about developing project, delayed completions, this strategy, that strategy, it was all stuff that he knew and he repeated from videos. It literally, honestly, was.
So he just was watching other people and talking about.
Watching other people and repeating it. I actually found probably 5 projects in terms of backline development. You know, spoke to I wrote to them. You know, I was sending out about 200 letters every 3 weeks.
Wow.
I did it religiously.
Yeah.
I was working evenings. You know, just doing all the admin, getting the letters out, all that kind of
stuff.
Yeah. And by his own admission, I did a lot of work, and then I turned up on site, met the owners, and the whole sort of coaching was that he'd be on the phone, he'd be my JV partner. Pass on the experience, you know, and there was nothing to show for it. You know, he made excuse after excuse. It was just general chit chat on the phone. One of the ladies said to me, "Look, if you can show me 1 or 2 projects you've done, then you know
you've got a deal." Yeah,
you've got a deal. And this was in Kent, and you know, we're talking the kind of projects where you can make £250,000 cash.
Wow.
You know, so obviously I was excited.
Yeah, of course.
And naturally, because for people like me, for most people, it's a life changing.
Of course.
And then obviously just to be dropped back down to earth with the people working in his admin, they were all in it.
Oh really? So he had a whole back room office.
He had a back
going
room
up.
office.
Wow.
I think about 3 people. They were all in it.
So they all knew what he was doing. That is incredible.
And they all lifted him at the end, but it was like, yeah, he's done these projects before. You know, he's moved house. You know, we can't show you the paperwork. But anyway, long story short, I cut my losses. But I personally know, and I'm still in contact with people that lost a serious amount of money.
We're talking what, 10, 15, 20?
So one guy is an architect. He's a good friend of mine. I still speak to him. 75k. And right at the end for him, it was like, look, it's either.
Have you not gone against him, like in a court of law, sued him in that way?
What happened is I've got 3 young girls.
Yeah.
I work full time. My wife works full time. We're just a hard working family.
Yeah.
For me to take him to the court, I'm living bankrupt. What are you going to get from
No, you're not going to get anything.
And the few thousand I paid, because I paid by credit card, I just got it back from the bank.
Okay.
Section 75. So I was very fortunate.
Fine.
And looking back, I'm just really glad he didn't help me with the project, because he didn't know what he was doing. And since then, there's been other people. I could mention names, but anyone who's looking at property, they've seen videos and it's advert after advert.
It just goes to show you that, and this is what I mean. I put loads of videos about how do you. And I was asking the genuine question: how do you make a due diligence on a coach? Because, like I said, like you're saying, look, anybody can claim that they've done anything until then you start to pay them, and you're like, actually. You can start seeing there's nothing there.
Anyone who sort of sees, I mean, I'm not active on Facebook, but when I see these ads, because of my experience, I sort of ask questions like, and to be honest, it's a bit, it's not nice, but anyone who's claiming to, so I say things like, you know what, it'd be really nice to see a few bank statements of your 50,000 rent, or you know, the limited companies doing it. Please.
Well, tell the video that when we spoke the other day, you said you've already checked on. Company's house, you've done a bit of due diligence, so you could see that so surely people should be doing that, right?
They should be. I mean, look, if someone claims, I won't mention his name, you've probably seen these videos. I'm standing here in Monaco, I just bought a 25 million apartment. And my question is, why do you want several hundred quid from a coaching, training. If that's what I mean, I wouldn't be doing any videos. You know, I probably wouldn't go to Monaco. I'd probably be in the Caribbean, you know, sipping on some non-alcoholic drink. But so look, in summary, you know, I spoke to you as in on the Monday. So this was the Wednesday. I spoke to you on the Monday. I said to you, I'm going to have a really open conversation because I've been firm, and I've looked at so many since, and I've just not had the confidence or the guts to go in because I don't want to lose.
Once bitten, twice shy. You don't want to touch it.
And one of the things I was very open to you about is it took a strain on us, you know, as a family, because it's you know, I could have gone into a project and lost a load of money, which fortunately I didn't, and now it's all about sort of due diligence. Is it real?
And also, you only get scared. You're like, even if it's a good deal, you're like, what am I missing? What's not being told to me?
What's not being told to me? So as soon as you said, look, Minaj, do due diligence on me, and you know, I'm going to be here on Wednesday, one of my projects. Come and have a look. It's a live project. I'm working on it, and here I am. So I think it says 10 flats, which are turning into 6 or 8, which is all great. And I'm here.
So we'll walk through now, and so I'm gonna say, you know, in terms, just to close this video out, just say about coaching. Please be careful when you are going to pay somebody thousands of pounds. You've got to really. It's a bit like checking a house. You're not going to buy a house blind. You're going to go and do your land registry checks. You're going to do all of that. That's the thing that I would say.
If I can just add, look, people come on, and what they'll do is they've got 2, 3 or 4 buy-to-lets. They've done it over several years, the traditional way. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. We've all done that. I've done that.
They don't know any better, and what they think, they've been to 3 or 4 courses, 1 or 2 day courses, they picked up concepts, and because there's loopholes, and this one thing I'd say, please note, property coaching is not a regulated.
It's not regulated,
space.
Exactly. There's no regulation.
I wish there will be at some point, and there are people out there, and there's one guy, again I won't mention the coach, but it was an ex-soldier, he committed suicide.
I've heard that, I heard that. I remember that person.
And that guy committed suicide because of what the coach did to him, was property coaching.
It was all over the news, that one.
So what I will say is that don't be shy when you see it on Facebook to say, look, please give me your limited company reg number. Because everyone's doing limited companies. They need to be traded in my.
And just for the sake of this video, you know, on mine, any of the ads that we were, company name, company number is at the bottom. Check it. More importantly, do what you do. Ask me, DM me, call me, and say, you know what, I want to come and have a look at what you do. Come and physically look around the buildings. Tomorrow I've got some bloggers coming around, and we're going around 5 different sites to go and look at some different blocks, literally 10 minutes away, house, 6 flats, 8 flats. But I think, you know, because the challenges on social media is, how do you know it's mine?
How do you know? And for me, like I said, don't be shy. Ask these people, and you'd be very surprised. I've done it about 5 times, and guess what? None of those 5 came back with anything.
You're joking.
Other times I've sort of taken the mick. I said, why are you sort of making all these videos if you've got 25 million in the bank, and I've just made 250k yesterday? Well, do you know, if I did that, I'd be booking a holiday to the Maldives. I wouldn't be making a video to make.
But ask me why do I do it? Because there's a valid reason. I mean, listen, I always say, look, this is a very small percentage of our income. I do it because I get to meet people. I get to meet new people. And also, there's so much learning from other people. Just because you might not do exactly what I do in property, but there's so many things I gain out of this relationship. And I think that's what, for me personally, I do it for 2 reasons. Networking relationship, building a rapport with people, and 2, I genuinely want to help other people. And that's why my coach, we spoke about it yesterday or Monday, the one-to-one is I literally hand-hold you. You cannot miss a bit because I'm literally hand-holding you through the process. The 2-day course is slightly different because obviously it's a 2-day delivered everything on the 2 days. But I just think that for me, it gives me so much joy when people come back to me and say, no, thank you, because of you, we're now making 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 pounds. And I think that's why, I think in terms of, just to finish off this thing around coaching, please, the one thing you do is your due diligence. How do you do that? Check the company's out, check the person, ask for a site visit like Minaj is here doing with me. So you've got so many ways, and don't be shy. You're going to spend thousands of pounds on these people. Don't be shy to ask that question. But on that note, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to walk around with Minaj now and take him through the project itself. Thanks for watching.